Oh. Are we having a slumber party or what? You can't even see them. Cute! I also have Appa, but I don't know where to put him, so he would be in frame. It's okay, he'll just sit on my lap. It's a slumber party! Welcome to my channel, welcome to this video. I am so glad you're here because today is such an exciting video. My dog just got up and started staring at me because I started yelling. Today we're gonna be having a sleepover. I hope you brought your snacks, your sleeping bag, or blankets. I don't know where we're sleeping. Could we be camping under the stars or in my bedroom with Netflix on the wall up there? There's a TV right there. I figured that I wanted to read one of my old fan fictions, but I didn't really know how to set it up with it still being like intriguing. If you're new here, hi, welcome. So I thought that we would have a slumber party, a super chill video. I'm literally wearing just like a little crew neck and I got my stuffed animals and fairy lights, and you know, maybe we'll play one of those later. Well, you know, we can braid each other's hair, maybe pierce our ears, and you sing One Direction karaoke. What do girls do at sleepovers? So buckle up, because we're going for a ride in the sleepover car. Woo. You want some? YouTube University set out to be my most read, best-selling novel that was to be published on Wattpad, and I never finished it, so I never published it. This was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I wrote a fan fiction about YouTubers, and it's just been sitting. Like, my legacy has just been sitting in Google Docs for 6 years. So I've always been on YouTube. I started watching like toy videos when I was like 7 or 8. That was like my first like introduction to YouTube. I didn't really start watching like YouTubers with like people's faces in it probably until I was like 12 or 13, and by people I mean like Our Second Life, Bethany Moda. So this like 12-year-old, 13-year-old me, this was really like the ripe age for me to start exploring YouTube. I remember when I was in, I think it was 7th grade, my best friend at the time told me, you need to check out this girl, her name is Bethany Moda. I had no idea who she was, so we were talking about her all day and she was like, girl, you're gonna really like her videos. So I went home, I did a quick little YouTube search for Bethany. Sure enough, she pops up, couple million subscribers. I don't remember how big she was in 2012, but I was like immediately hooked, dude. Like, she was the girl that everybody wanted to be at that age. She was shopping at Hollister, she was coming out with her own clothing line, she was doing makeup videos and hair videos and back to school hacks, and like, I wanted her life. Anyway, after finding Bethany, Our Second Life videos started popping up in my recommended, and I kept seeing this one of Connor Franta, and he was like the one that I kept like seeing, and so I finally clicked on his video, and it turns out that he had done like a collab with Bethany or something at the time, so that's how I kind of knew that like that's who he was. But anyway, I started watching Our Second Life videos, and it went from Bethany to O2L, and then from there I just started kind of branching off, and I was like, okay, YouTubers are really fun and really entertaining. Like, I'm totally into this. This was also back in like 2012, 2013, when I feel like being a YouTuber was not really like a real job. It was just something for like entertainment. So this was truly like the ripe, perfect age for me to start watching YouTube. All of that to say, all of the YouTubers that I'm going to be talking about in today's video are very part of a specific niche category, I guess, because this was when I was into O2L and Bethany Moda, so like beauty gurus and just the big collab groups, and this was also like the big uprising phase of all the British YouTubers like Dan and Phil, Zoella and her brother Joe Sugg, Casper Lee, Ollie White, Louise Pentland, like everybody, like it was like that category, you know what I'm talking about? If you missed out on the era of British YouTubers, I'm so sorry you missed out on that part of your life. At this time in my life is when I realized that I really loved to write, and I've always been like a writer, I guess. Like, I loved script writing for these kind of videos, and even growing up I used to make my own books, like take like sheets of printer paper and staple them together and make my own books. Like, I've always been writing, it's always been a thing for me. But at this age was when I realized that writing was something that I liked to do and I was good at it, but like good for a 12-year-old, right? Like, imagine me like sitting at my little computer and being like, and then they kissed. I'm sure that everybody here is familiar with Wattpad. Not a sponsored video, but like, could you imagine? Could you imagine being sponsored by Wattpad? If you don't know what Wattpad is, it's basically just a free, well, it used to be free. They're actually charging people now. It used to be this free website where you could write your own books, novels, fan fictions, but the genre that it was most known for at the time, and I'm sure it still is, everybody associates Wattpad with this, but specifically the niche that made Wattpad the website it is because of fan fiction. So basically, you could create chapter upon chapter books and novels of just fan fiction. And if you don't know what fan fiction is, I'm not the one to tell you. Sorry, go Google that yourself. So me, as a ripe 12-year-old, I used to read fan fiction. Do you remember the book called After, the Harry Styles fan fiction that got turned into a movie on Netflix in 2018? Yeah, I read that when it was a fan fiction with a couple million reads on Wattpad in like 2013 or whatever it was. Like, dude, I was there. That's something not a lot of you can say. Even though the book is like, well, like 500 million reads on it now. Okay, shut up. So growing up around all these YouTubers that I loved and looked up to, I found myself completely inclined to write about said YouTubers. And that is when my magnum opus struck. YouTube University. I wrote a fan fiction about a girl who goes to YouTube University, and it's basically just its own little private school where it teaches you how to be a YouTuber with camera equipment and filming and editing and lighting and selfies and that kind of stuff. It was pretty great at the time, and I say at the time because do you remember being a kid and like, let's say your favorite flavor of ice cream is strawberry. Favorite flavor always associates strawberry with being your favorite flavor of ice cream, but you haven't had strawberry ice cream in like 15 years. So you're going about your day, go to a little ice cream store. Oh my gosh, they have strawberry ice cream. Can I get that please? Because I know that I love it. Then you take a bite out of it and it's the worst thing you've ever tasted in your life. It's disgusting, it's terrible, you don't know why you ever liked it as a kid. That's what this fan fiction is to me. I grew up writing this, reading it, thinking it was the best thing I had ever written in my entire life. Reading it back now, a couple days ago, what? It's so bad. It's so cringy. There's so many like, well actually there's not very many spelling mistakes. I was pretty good with that. It's cringy. It's hard to read and get through, and the story is so cliche, and there's no like deep plot holes because in the entire story there's like one main thing that happens that isn't even that serious, and it continues to be brought up in every chapter, and it's so like just such a letdown. I haven't read this fan fiction since I was like 15 or 16 I think, because it said the last time that I had edited it in Google Docs was in like 2016 I think, and it's bad. Like, it's bad. So today I just want to read through YouTube University, which was supposed to be my best novel on Wattpad, and I never published it, so the general public never got it when I was 13, but they'll get it when I'm 21. That was literally the longest intro I think ever. I've been filming for like 13 minutes, but hey, I know we just met, but if you want to see more of my face, click the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon to get notified every single Sunday when I post a new video just like this, except without the sleepover part. Like, come on, this is so cute. Mom, I scream. She doesn't come. Mom, I scream again. She doesn't come. Allison Brooks, my heavens, get in here, please. My heavens? I don't even think in real life I've ever heard anybody say that. So like, of course it only makes sense that my fictional character would say it. My mom burst through my room laughing. What are you laughing at? I asked her. You, she replied. I rolled my eyes. Anyway, I start, look! I point at my computer screen and scream. Is that what it says? Wow, my mom says. 10 subscribers. She is not amused. This is so self-deprecating. Mom, you don't understand, I scream as she jumps away from my bed. 10 whole subscribers. I need to make a video. I can imagine this character like starting a YouTube channel, not posting any videos, miraculously gets 10 subscribers, which are probably like her friends from school or something, right? And then after she hits the milestone of 10 subscribers, then she's like, oh, now I need to make my first video. That's not how it works. So now there's a time skip, and it says it's like a year and a half later, and this girl wakes up to do her morning routine, and part of her morning routine is checking her daily emails. And this is the long and important email that she receives, and yes, I'm going to read the whole thing, otherwise this story is going to make no sense. So bear through this email Because if you can bear through the rest of the video, you can bear through the email, right? Hello, Beauty and the Bell. We have recently noticed you reached an enormous amount of subscribers and would like to congratulate you. It is an honor to have you be part of our YouTube community, and with such a big achievement comes prizes. The YouTube company itself would like to send you a scholarship to attend a very high qualified school in the United States. The school you would be attending is none other than YouTube University, or YTU for short. We congratulate you once more on your behalf of 1 million subscribers and hope to hear from you soon. Click the link below for further details on the school and scholarship. So you guessed it, she reached 1 million subscribers on her channel. Yay! She then introduces herself. Her name is Annabelle. She just goes by Anna throughout the whole story. But doesn't it kind of make sense? Like Beauty and a Bell, like Annabelle. Like I was so creative. And that's basically the end of the prologue. YouTube University. Chapter 1. So Anna moves into her new dorm and her roommate is none other than my homegirl Bethany Moda. Of course, that's my homegirl at the time. Sorry, Bethany. Like, we're still friends, but like, I don't watch your videos that much anymore. They introduce themselves and then they order room service, which, can I point out, at age 14, I thought that universities offered free room service. Bruh. Hi, I was wondering if my roommate and I could order room service. Who is this? Beauty and the Bell. Rude. Anyway, Bethany and I just want to order some cookies, so like when can we have those up? This is the student loan office. She said 15 minutes. Ask if they have cinnamon rolls. Do you guys also have cinnamon rolls? No, I just have coin rollers. This is the loan office. She said they don't have cinnamon rolls, but they do have donuts. Who are you talking to? Bethany Moda. Hey, do you know of any place I can help with my debt? So the girls start exploring the campus for a little bit. They meet some of their teachers. Then they run into Zoella, who I guess they're all already friends with. And then they head to the cafeteria for a big important announcement. And this kind of like concludes like what the book is about. So we almost there. Good afternoon, everybody, a voice shouted. We could not see anybody talking though, and all of the lights were turned off. It was a male voice with a lisp. It was too familiar. Oh no. Are you excited to be attending YTU? Everyone in the audience cheered and stomped their feet in excitement. This year, I was chosen to be the announcer of the annual Best Video Challenge, a challenge that requires you and your friends to make the best and most creative, and original might I add, video that you can possibly create. The winners get an official master's degree in the art of YouTubing with $50,000. They've got free room service and now they're offering a free master's degree in the art of YouTubing. YouTubing! With $50,000 for winning? Like, is this a school or like a Mr. Beast video? I mean, makes sense to me. If you haven't guessed yet, it was Tyler Oakley. It was Tyler Oakley, the host. I love myself. He greets the crowd and dismisses everybody after his speech, and then the girls head back home and find flyers about signing up for the best video contest on their doors. And that kind of wraps up chapter 1. We learned about the best video contest, the art of YouTubing, which your master's degree. My sentences don't even make sense anymore because they don't. And $50,000. $50,000 for what? For making a YouTube video? Can I get that, please? I don't really want to focus too much on chapter by chapter, but the prologue and chapter 1 are super important just for understanding the basics of this fanfiction. So now that that's out of the way, I won't be reading line by line. So quick recap, Anna, who recently hit 1 million subscribers, goes to attend YTU with her roommate Bethany Moda. They get free room service, and then they learn about the best video contest. Also, how does that system work? Like the best video contest, like who declares that it's the best video? Is it Tyler Oakley? It's the next day. Anna is out with her YouTuber friends at lunch when a crowd starts forming. Nobody can see who's behind the crowd. They can just see blonde hair peeking over the top, but they just assume it's another big YouTuber. No big deal, because we're at a YouTube university. Not like everybody here is a YouTuber. Now Anna is heading to her very first class ever, editing. That would actually be kind of a fun class at YouTube University. You just learn how to use effects like and this one. Cool. Let me finish that sentence because I just cut myself off because I'm so hilarious. Now Anna is heading to her very first class ever, editing, where she runs into the same blonde-haired YouTuber she thinks she saw earlier. He looked at me and smiled. Hey, he started. Hi, I'm Annabelle, but you can call me Anna. Oh my god, he's so hot. Alright, Anna. I'm Felix. As creepy as this might sound, I know who you are. We shared a laugh. You're so funny, Felix. You're so funny. Honestly, I've heard that sentence many times in my life, Felix said. Well, it's nice to meet you in person. I'm a huge fan. Thank you very much. It's PewDiePie. I love PewDiePie. Like, in all actuality, like, even now in my adult life, like, I still love his content. Even while I was scripting this. Yeah, okay, so let me say this real quick. Even while scripting this, not having read further ahead, I still remember vaguely a lot of this story, and a lot of the things that happen with Felix and Annabelle in this story, I would like to apologize for. I was actually thinking about this though, like, how come we always take people that we write fan fictions about out of their beloved relationships and make it with things that happen to us? Like, Felix, at the time he was only dating Marcia, and like now they're married. But like at the time I was like, oh my gosh, I want Annabelle and Felix to be in a relationship so bad. I want him to break up with Marcia and be with me. Like, why do we do that? So Felix, Anna, and a few others team up for the first collaboration video project. It goes pretty well. Felix actually ends up tweeting about Anna. Met this awesome girl today in editing class. Her and Marcia got along really well too. Hopefully we can collab again in the future. Tweeted about me. So of course Anna gets all like flustered and blushy that like Felix noticed her and tweeted about her, and I'm sure like Marcia doesn't suspect a thing, right? Like, why would she suspect a thing? That her boyfriend is cheating on her. So now class has ended, and then Felix and Anna end up meeting together again in a Starbucks, but they just run into each other. They don't plan it. They start to hit it off. They start flirting a little bit. I had a big crush on PewDiePie. Felix didn't respond. Instead, he just stared into my eyes and I stared into his. I actually needed a blink, that really hurt. His eyes were a bright baby blue and his dirty blonde hair somehow fell perfectly on top of his forehead. He realized he was staring and looked at my hands wrapped around my drink. This is so awkward reading at my age. Like, when you're a kid and you're writing fan fiction, I don't think that you really realize what you're doing, but like taking a grown man out of a relationship just to put him with yourself as your fictional version, like, it's weird. I wrote this down, this one specific part that I want to talk about, so I'm just gonna read that real quick because it better explains what I'm trying to say versus me just rambling. So here's what I wrote. It's obviously such a harsh decision when writing fan fiction to make one of your main characters, who's based on someone in real life, cheat on their significant other. And it's weird, but it's understandable. It deepens the storyline and it creates drama to make you want to keep reading and find out what happens next. But it totally sucks to be the real person reading this and being like, well, Marcia, sorry, we broke up today. And like, I make some good points though. Like, it does deepen the storyline if someone breaks up, and it creates all this tension and like it keeps the storyline going, but it does suck. Like, if someone wrote a fan fiction about me and made me and my boyfriend break up, I'd be like, dude, I'll read it, but like, come on. So this is where the plot really starts to thicken. So Felix and Anna are out again, but now they're filming and taking pictures for their different classes. Felix's teacher tells him about a pond on campus. Has my necklace been in my sweater the whole time and I just now felt it? Felix's teacher tells him about a pond on campus, which is great for photos, so they go together. And it gets a little juicy. I ended my vlog by waving at the camera, then covering the lens with my hands. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Do you remember when people used to do that like all the time? Cringe. That's cute, Felix told me. What is? How you cover the lens? Not too many people do that. It was 2013. If you had an iPhone, you were doing that. I love doing it, I smiled. Felix stood up and sat on the bench with me and began scrolling through the pictures he took. He scooted closer to me, but I scooted away. He had a love interest and he knew it. I knew it. So I scooted away and he felt guilty. Sorry, he whispered. I whispered back. I didn't finish my sentence. Felix stood up and began walking back to the field we were on previously. It's fine. I finished my sentence, loud enough for him to hear. He stopped in his tracks. Felix, please don't go, I love you. I'm going to head back to class, he said. I'll see you around. So Anna starts having an existential crisis because she's developing feelings for Felix, who's in a committed relationship with a woman we haven't even met yet. Stay tuned for chapter 4. By the way, there's only 9 chapters and I'm only gonna read through 5 because this is gonna be a long video. So chapter 4 is kind of boring. Anna shares her troubles with Troye Sivan, who apparently is her new best friend. They really bonded in a chapter and I just completely skipped over it, but they're besties now. Then Joy Graceffa introduces himself when Anna is out at night contemplating life life. I think they meet at like 2 a.m. by the pond that Anna and Felix sat next to each other at. So now they're besties. So it's literally her first day of college. We've gone through 4 chapters already, and Anna has already fallen in love, had her heart broken, and met a future pop star. So this part of the story is really confusing to me, and I don't remember writing this as a kid. Apparently you can graduate from YTU with more than just a YouTubing degree. This is my 2nd year, Bethany says. I graduate this year with a degree in cosmetology. Cosmetology? YouTube University's got it all! You'll get it for sure, I said. I hope to get a bachelor degree in fine arts. No, that's not how it works. So by this point, Marcia, Zoella, hey, we finally meet Marcia. Marcia, Zoella, Bethany, and Anna are all like besties for life at this point. At this point in the story, they're all sitting down for lunch, being besties, girl time, having lunch together, when Anna reveals what happened between her and Felix to Marcia. Now, me personally reading it at this age, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, you guys are friends, mature adults that sat next to each other while taking pictures for your assigned classes. Like, what's the need for the fuss? Like, why are you guys so, like, why are you being such babies about it? Thank you, I started, for forgiving him. I know he realized what he had done and he felt extremely bad. This is Anna talking about Felix sitting next to her. Her friend sitting next to her on a bench in public in the middle of the day. He told me he never wanted to see you again. Marcia! Our whole table sat in silence. Of course, Bethany and Zoe had no idea what was going on, but Marcia and I felt extremely awkward. He doesn't want to risk anything that will ruin mine and his relationship. I mean, I respect Felix for taking the initiative, but doesn't that seem a little harsh? I never want to see you again? Dude, what? What the heck? You can't sit next to me. Why? I have a girlfriend. Okay, congratulations. No, I can't do this. I don't ever want to see you again. I'm just sitting here. Oh, man. This story is so poorly written. I'm gonna end here for this video because you're gonna be here for the rest of your life. If you want to read the rest of the story, I actually published it on my Wattpad. I didn't write any more of the story. I just kept it how it is, grammar mistakes and everything. It is a pretty juicy story. It's just really poorly written and also very old. Like, it's like a 6-year-old fanfiction. It's really bad. If you want to read the fanfiction, I'll have the link to my Wattpad down below. Check it out. If you want to keep up with me and my silly little life, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I know it looks like I don't post that much, but I am always there. I'm always there. Also, let me know if you read the rest of the story because it's so bad and I want to know what you think. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see my videos every Sunday. Turn on the bell icon to get notified when I do post. That was not a full sentence. Don't forget to thumbs down this video and unsubscribe. It really helps me know what kind of content you guys don't want to see. And remember, kids, don't sit next to your friends or they will literally murder you.